Well, Alfa Romeo is on the cusp of a renaissance, back to being a beautiful Italian sports car brand. And it started with the 4C. Like every traditional Italian sports car, a two-seater, mid-engined hardcore fun machine. And this is the latest to join that range, the 4C Spider. So let's see if it literally and figuratively raises the roof on the 4C experience. Well, getting the open air experience isn't quite as simple as something like an MX-5. Basically, you have to go and clip each side of the car's roof off. You can roll it up and throw it in the boot. The first time I drove the Alfa 4C Spider, I couldn't fall in love with it, only because it was a 12-hour back-breaking drive on the Italian freeways between the Bellocco test track where it was developed and the Maserati factory in Modena where it was built. In that environment, the 4C is completely flawed, loud, uncomfortable and stiff. But today, we're about to put it through its paces in a domain where it is meant to thrive, a twisting backcountry road. Before we get stuck into it though, the Spider has all the same hardware as the Coupe, including its carbon fibre chassis that wraps around a two-seater cabin with a mid-mounted 1.7 litre turbocharged four-cylinder that drives the rear wheels through a 6-speed dual-clutch automatic. The engine produces 177 kilowatts at 6,000 RPM and 350 Newton meters from just 2,200 RPM, which is enough to propel the lightweight drop top from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 4.5 seconds and onto a top speed of 256 k's an hour. Considering the car weighs only 1,035 kilograms, which is just 10 kilos more than the Coupe, the Spider's claimed 6.8 litres per 100k fuel consumption means you can have your cake and eat it too. Unlike the Coupe, the Spider is offered in only one specification and costs $99,000 plus on roads, about $10,000 more than the entry-level hardtop. So, what's it like to drive? It's like an MX-5, you don't have to be going super fast to actually have fun in this car, but it's got plenty of grip and it just hangs on tenaciously. Like most mid-engine cars, it's got a fair degree of lift-off oversteer, as you just saw. You get on the brakes too hard while you're turning and the back end will come around. Kind of makes it fun. With that much grip, the suspension is pretty stiff. And it really does take a bit of manhandling to get this non-power assisted steering through the bends. While it is a lot more fun in this environment, I still have some serious gripes. Firstly, the seats have little in the way of side support, and for a car that boasts being able to generate 1.2 Gs in lateral grip, that just doesn't make sense. The non-assisted power steering is heavy at anything below 60 k's an hour. The suspension is still tortuously stiff on unbroken road surfaces, and the engine note is drowned out by the constant whooshing of air being sucked into the intercooler beside your ear. So, the verdict now on the Alfa 4C Spider? Well, it's certainly different than the first time I drove it, which was on the freeways in Italy. Having now driven it through the bends, this is where this car is really made for. And in reality, it's one of those once a day a week fun machines, a Sunday play toy, an indulgent plaything for the rich and famous. But really, it doesn't cost that much. Under 100 grand for something that has the Italian heritage, does all the emotional things that you'd want from a sports car. It's pretty fun.